Today, you will meet impressive structures, markets, Juliet's house, and even friendly pigeons in Verona. You take a train that takes you from Venice to Verona. Verona is also in the Veneto region of northwestern Italy. It is surrounded by hills and part of the Adige river runs through it. As you arrive at the Porta Nuova, built in the 16th century and which was part of the city wall, you consider how many hands Verona has passed through. It belonged to the Romans, it was governed by the lordship of the Scaligeri. For a time it was dependent on the Visconti of Milan, subjugated to the domain of Emperor Maximilian I. It belonged to the Lombard League, occupied by Napoleon, later ruled by Austria, and finally formed part of Italy. You arrive at the Verona Arena, the Roman amphitheater, built in the 1st century to celebrate public games and shows in which people and animals participated. It is majestic. From there, you head to Juliet's house from Shakespeare's famous play Romeo and Juliet. You learn that the bloody rivalry between the Cappelletti and the Montecchio is fake, and Juliet's famous balcony did not exist in those times. You do not give too much attention and go to the market square, which is the oldest square in Verona, built on the ancient site of the Roman Forum. During that time, it was the center of the political and economic life of the city. Over time, the old buildings on the square were gradually replaced by medieval palaces. However, the fountain in the center, with the monument of the Madonna Veronese, has been present since the year 380 during the Roman period. And of course, there are also vestiges of the Scaligeri family. Just off to one side, there is the Lord's Square, Piazza di Signore, also known as Piazza Dante. It was formed in medieval times when the Scaligeri family ruled in Verona and built palaces in that area for political and administrative use. The heart of the square and its symbol is, of course, a monument to the great Italian poet Dante Alighieri, erected in 1865. In the square are the Palaces of Justice, the Palace of the Podesta, the Palace of the Cansignoro, named after one of the lords of Verona, who was a member of the Scaligeri family. Such palace leads you to the Santa Maria Antica Church and the Scaligeri tombs. The Scaligeri tombs, Arci Scaligeri, are a set of funerary monuments of the Scaligeri family and one of the most important examples of Gothic art in the world. The monument is called arches as it is represented by funerary sarcophagi covered with decorative arches. The arches of the Scaligeri family were built in the 15th century by different sculptors. The Church of Saint Anastasia was built in Gothic style in 1290, but was never completed. It is named after an old church that was situated in the same spot. In fact, The name was changed in the 16th century to Saint Peter, one of the patron saints of Verona, but the citizens continued to call it by its old name of Santa Anastasia. Inside the church, you can still see the original pavement from the 15th century in three colors: black and white like the robes of the Dominican monks, and red as a symbol of the martyrdom of Saint Peter. You cross one of the city's bridges and admire the beauty of the river and the mix between architecture and nature. You relax for a few minutes, feeding the birds before going to the Verona Cathedral. The cathedral received the name Santa Maria and was built in 1187 in Romanesque and Renaissance styles. The place where the cathedral is located was previously occupied by the first Christian church of Verona in the 4th century. While you are there, you decide to attend Mass and take communion, something you have not done since you were a teenager. Brings back memories, perhaps nostalgia for simpler times when, due to indoctrination, you could see life in black and white, good guys versus bad guys. You cross the Porta Borsari as the Romans did and head towards the Castello Vecchio, Old Castle, the most important military monument of the Scaligeri government, which was built in Verona in the 14th century. Thanks to its position, the castle was an important protective element of the city, and its bridge served as a route for military aid from neighboring territories and also as an escape route. The castle was finished in 1376 when the construction of the tallest tower was completed. Napoleon's invasion changed the castle considerably. The biggest loss was the demolition of the Roman arch, Arco dei Gavi, which was part of the castle complex. After touring the castle and crossing its bridge, you enjoy the sunset with your new friends, the pigeons. It is time to continue your journey, and you are happy to have found a wonderful place full of history, magnificent architecture, and, of course, pigeons.